The following program is a production of the Backyard Broadcasting Network.
Wait, can we have DJ names?
Yeah. That would be a great idea. No, I want to sit in that chair.
Wait, y'all, how long is this promo?
Wait, you already know what the deal is. I got dibs on that.
I think it already started.
Yo, this is DJ Q Square coming to you live. This is the Writeous Hour.
Featuring Jim.
And Finger Wave.
Your boy Young CEO.
Y'all know EMJ on the track.
Join the Writeous Hour. Poetry and fun. Saturdays, 9 to 10 a.m. on 98.9 LPFM.
Welcome to the Writeous Hour. Poetry and fun, interviews, spoken word, and music. I am Q Square.
Queen.
Finger Wave.
CEO Narelle.
And I'm Jim. And I have been writing for a long time, and this is one of my eldest poems. And I'm going to start, and it was when I first learned how to use personification. The other day, I met this guy named Poetry. He gave me the key to finally see who I am and who I will be for eternity. He opened up my mind and my mouth, and I instantly, without a doubt, fell in love with him. He taught me how to express my stress simply by just pressing my pen towards my paper. This guy I met, Poetry, is amazing, incredible. He introduced me to something that I thought was impossible. Too good to be true. I'm not through. This friend of mine, Poetry, exactly understands me. He calms me down when I frown and when I start to cry. He tells me to lie down and write. And ever since that night I met this spectacular guy named Poetry, I haven't been afraid to let it out, scream and shout if needed. Ever since then, I've written so much my hands practically bled. My performances were and still are dead because I kill it. I give it my all. For instance, I'm just a 15-year-old girl born and raised in an unsafe world where people don't care and things aren't fair, but I dare to be different because I'm on a mission. These words are my invention. I might be young, but I'm full of ambition. I always used to be wishing. Now I'm fixing my intention on reality, not fiction. So listen. Yeah. I can always thank Poetry, the guy I fell and are still falling in love with. Poetry and I will grow up together. Poetry and I will grow old together. Poetry and I will discover new styles of spoken word together. But more importantly, we will be writing forever.
Oh, you killed that.
All right, Jim.
You are listening to the Writeous Hour. This is the Writeous Hour, and I am Q Squared. And today we're going to have our interview with the amazing Jim. Now, how long have you been writing?
Well, I have been writing poetry since probably elementary school, but it didn't get good until middle school.
Okay, I'm sure it was good, but I'm sure that's just a matter of opinion. What do you usually write about?
Well, I'm actually trying to change that because I usually write about things going on that affect me, a lot about police brutality and racism and inequality, but I want to start writing more positive things, you know?
Yeah, it's always good to get a positive message out to the public. What got you into poetry?
Well, my family is very talented, and they met at a radio station for poetry and other things. And so I've always been exposed to poetry slams and open mics and all of these things. So I would say my family is my biggest influence.
Cool. All right. What do you plan on doing with your writing?
Well, it's always been on my bucket list to publish a book of poetry, which is what my parents have both published books, and so I've always wanted to follow in that legacy. I also want to, I don't know if it's like a traveling poet, but like kind of go on tour with poems and go to different events and stuff around here.
All right. And you have any favorite poets?
That's another thing I'm trying to get into because you can't really say you're a poet, you know, and not really know any poets. So I'm going to do my research. I just see things on social media and I'm like, ooh, I like that. Just local people or just, you know, unknown people. But I need to start researching famous poets.
All right. And what's different about your poetry?
Well, I would say my writing or my rhyming techniques, because, you know, I don't want to do the A, B writing style, you know, roses are red, violets are blue, I love you, you love me too. But
Alright,
but
bars, Jamie.
thank you. But I like to do internal rhymes within the lines and like mix them and just all different types of things that kind of hit you a different way. Like, ooh, she rhymed that from 2 lines ago. So yeah.
Cool, I got you. All right, and what other hobbies or extracurricular things are you involved in?
Aside from poetry at school, I'm in troubadours and thespians. So I'm in drama, which is where I have a lot of friends, and my friends and my family are pushing me to do drama competitions, but I'm not into it because I like open mics where you have a supportive environment. But I'm gonna try to get into tournaments. As my friend said, she says tournaments instead of tournaments. But I'm gonna try to get into those. But yeah, I mainly just do drama, and I'm also in the performance choir here at Little Rock Central High.
Awesome. All right, well, this will conclude our interview with the amazing Jim.
Why don't you open it up?
Why don't you open it up?
No, I'm saying, why don't you
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
to the rest of the people.
oh, my bad. I thought you.
I'm just a voice from
He's
somewhere.
our conscience.
Why you gonna say that on the
This
radio?
voice, I've been trying to get that out of my head. I thought you meant.
I was like, dang.
Do a
Yeah,
poem.
open it up.
So that ain't no
Okay, so now we're gonna
I was like,
open
you
up
say
the
that on the radio.
questions in this discussion to all of our members here at Writeous Hour. All right. So
I got a question.
all right, CEO Norrell with the question.
Okay, Jim.
Yes.
Now, I heard you have a brother. Is that correct?
No, actually, I'm an only child.
No. Being that the fact that I am your brother, what are your future plans on getting him out the struggle?
Okay, well, I guess he wants me to kind of promote him or whatever. So, yes, that is the Young CEO, and he has his own album out, Spotify, Apple Music, any main music streaming things. And his whole thing is getting his family out of the struggle. So, I guess I plan on everywhere I go, Norrell, I'm taking you with me. Or, excuse me, CEO.
Oh, shucks.
Any other questions for me?
Oh, so Jim,
Yeah, Queen.
I have a question for you. So, you said that you started poetry at a very young age.
This is right.
So, what was one of your oldest performance pieces?
Well, actually, I think one of the first poems that I wrote was it was called You and Me or something. And whenever I showed it to my mama, she was like, "You did not write that." And I did. It was like, you and I are the stars that do this, and you. It was just very, I don't know. That's what I thought poetry was, and then I learned to develop my own style.
All right, well, this your girl Finger Wave.
What's up, Finger Wave?
Actually, my question is a kind of personal question, but did you know that you're the reason why I started writing poetry?
No. Okay, fun story. When this is Finger Waves here, and we used to be best friends in 6th grade, and then we stopped being friends, and I wrote a poem about it called Best Friends for Never.
And I actually came to
And
that show.
I wrote a
I
poem.
had never came to any of Jamie's shows
And
ever,
it
and
was-
I just so happened to come to that show, and she
I
wrote a poem about
know.
me.
It was kind of rude, too. It was like, you stepped all over me. I don't know what I was going
Yeah, she was
through.
like, "Woo!" I just pulled the ground right up from underneath you.
Yes, I was like, you fell
Oh,
flat,
I was
acid,
like,
and you
oh,
fell
dang.
flat on your face. And I performed it at the Mosaic Templars
I didn't even know
Cultural
she was
Center.
gonna be there.
And I looked in the audience, and here I see this poem that I wrote, the girl that I wrote the poem about sitting there, and I was
Sitting
like,
right in the
wow.
audience. So, like, go right
I
there.
think it gave me some more motivation to get it out there. I was like, yeah, and I did this right. But I cannot believe that.
hurt my little heart. But I started writing poetry. Jamie influenced me to write poetry before all that went down. Because she used to tell me about how she used to do poetry and stuff like that. And I was like, interesting. And I guess I just started writing poetry. And the first poem I wrote was about Jane, but it was a nice one.
I don't even know why I wrote, because she didn't do anything to me.
It was ironic that I showed up to that, though.
That was
A little
that was
something
crazy.
about Jim. she stopped being friends with everybody for no reason.
No,
Like,
I
it was
didn't.
so, like, she didn't like me
Y'all
for
exposed
no
me? Why
reason.
y'all putting me out there like that? I just think, I don't know what the problem was.
But we love her.
I'm a better friend now.
Yeah.
I love
We
friends.
love her
She'll
now.
stop being my sister.
Okay, CEO, you ain't going nowhere. You staying there.
You stay in the struggle now.
All right, we're gonna close this discussion before we start throwing hands here in the studio.
Right.
You are listening to the Writeous Hour.
Excuse me. Hi. I'm 4 years old. I got a question. You ready? What's Wonder Bread so curious about? What's a recession? Why mama tired all the time and she say we got one, but she ain't want it, so what she take it for? I got a question. I'm 6. There be a man in front of our house sometime. He smelly and look crazy. Mama say he ain't allowed inside the fence. He say he my daddy and that I got his eyes. What's a junkie? I'm 8. I cut grass in the summer sometime to help mama out with money for bills. She let me keep some sometime for candy. A boy came by other day, offered me $50 to take a bag down the street for him. Mama chased him away though. What's blood money? Mama lost her second job because she overslept from the third one, but she say the power ain't out. She just felt like lighting candles lately, and it's not that we don't have any food in the house. She just thought maybe we should fast and pray to Jesus for a little while. I ain't believe her though, so I found the boy with them bags and I told him I was ready. What's lower middle income? I'm 10, and some boys jumped me and stole the chain the boy I worked for gave me. I cried a little bit. Boy I worked for hit me and said, "Men don't cry, punk!" And then he handed me a gun. It was heavy. What's a father figure? I'm 13 and took my first. Yo, it was scary. The boy I work for said, "It's cool, dog. Everybody scared the first time." And then he handed me a gun because we see the boys that chased me a while ago and took my chain. And he said, "It's cool, dog. Everybody scared the first time." What's the rite of passage? I'm 15 and got my own corner now. You look at him like you so damn smart because your son got good grades. Guess what, though? We both graduating. Question, what's no child left behind? I'm 21 and doing my second bid. Man, 10 years ain't... It's my brother in here. My father out in the yard. Man, this ain't no damn jail time. It's a family reunion. I needed a break. Question, yeah, how come we got cell phones in here? Why we got to go to jail to find God? Yo, you do not want to be looking at me that way, punk. I'm 35, fresh out of jail. Work today, paid today, son. Cash check at corner store, spin check at corner store. Smoke the same I used to sell, dude. Question, yeah, what's called on the child support? What's an ulcer? What's no health insurance? What's a homeless shelter? What's I'm sleeping on the same block I used to run? I'm 40, strung out, and about to rob your ass at gunpoint if you don't answer this question for me. You ready? What's the name of the 10-speed I had? Was it orange? Did it have wheels or wings? Did it have spokes like strings, guitar string? Did they play pretty, play nice with me? Did they have friends? Were we friends once? Did I lose you or you lose me? Did I lose you in that summer run? Remember that run, that fire, that rose, that exploding bloom, that laughed at me, elephants, and that old hyena, sitting on the White House porch steps watching and waiting? Is that what did it? Are they waiting when tomorrow stuffed up your nose and yesterday stuck down your throat, afraid to breathe, scared to swallow, but it's so full of butterflies you forgot where you left your wings? Did we lose our wings? Leaving the back of Jim Crow, Jim Brown, all that black running, that Carl Lewis in our veins, laughed at the monkey on the back, but the monkey got his jungle, got his radar, got his way home. I got questions. What a dollar bill saying God we trust? That almighty dollar when she pretty in a new green dress and face job. How come I can't hear the Wells gospel no more? Why mama tired of the times? Because she dead. Who stole my ocean? Who stole your perfect circle? I got a question. What's Wonder Bread so curious about, huh? Bang.
I make a bomb and macaroni and cheese. We ain't talking that blue box bullshit. We are talking culinary perfection. We are talking noodles boiled to the zenith of al dente, an ensemble of several different cheeses made to ooze from one another, made to sing in 350-degree weather beneath the oven sun until they're all harmonized into a godlike goo. And it tastes classy. It'll make you with your pinky up. Taste like it was perfectly salted with Paula Deen's apology tears. I mean, this got healing properties in it. The only person who's ever made it better was my sister, because she made hers like her fingers were all wooden spoons, like her heart was the oven she baked it in, put her foot in the mac and cheese, same way she put her foot in yours, all out of love. We devour and devour, wondering which book of the Bible she pulled this recipe from, wondering what was in it, but she'd never tell, but of the ideal that some things must be taken to the grave. And I have never found that to be more true than a week or two after she died, and the autopsy was revealed like a recipe to a meal too damn heavy for the stomach, found the main ingredient in her demise to be AIDS. There are some things that must be taken to the grave. Some secrets of which we are so ashamed we will hide from them. 5 years and several states away until we are found 30 pounds lighter than what we are remembered, married to our sickness, and it has carved its vows into the bark of our bone till death do us part. I have yet to get over the way her face crashed into my eyes. In fact, I still live under it, the way a vagabond makes a roof out of a bridge instead of using it to simply move forward. Still remember how her hair had thinned into a whisper, how time had made an hourglass of her frame with her organs dwindling away into tiny grains of sand. Denial is not only a river in Egypt, it is also a river of lies I crashed against the shore of my soul to pacify my fears. It is where I drowned all of my questions and goodbyes. It is what made me watch the ivy mourn her, dripping tears beneath her skin, yet refused to accept that I would never see her again, except for maybe in a perfect world when no word goes unsaid and all of the love is felt and no one ever has to die alone, clutching their pride like a loved one's hand. And maybe even my sister is able to touch my mac and teach and eat my mac and cheese. You know, they say it got healing properties in it.
All right, you're back. This is the Righteous Hour. I am your girl, Finger Wave, and we're going to listen to a wonderful poem from Queen.
Wait. Y'all know what would be cool?
What, girl?
What if we did the mannequin challenge?
Damn, girl, it's a real crowd, please.
Stop
moving.
Jamie.
They know
just fail.
Be still.
Girl, it's
Man.
real. I don't know the rest of the
Yeah,
words.
that's it.
Y'all, we did that.
We just did the mannequin challenge, bro.
Wait, I think I blinked.
Man.
All right, now, Queen, you're up, girl.
Yeah, go in, poet.
Woo! Started out with 1 word on my page, then it turned into 4. With all the excitement and adrenaline, I began to write more and more. I couldn't stop. Words flowing from my pen to my page and not even a single thought. But then day became night, and I remember Pops used to say lights off, so I night lighted up and wrote in the dark, pen moving in a rapid motion for each word I say. And as my eyes drifted faintly, my words became clear as day. So I shared it with people who I trusted, and they laughed and they mocked me and threw it in the dust. And so I wrote and rewrote and tried again to please who, not me, but them. My words, they changed so they were mine no more. But only then they decided to open the door. They included me because I was speaking what they wanted to hear. And in that moment, it became clear. They didn't want to hear the truth. That night, I dreamed that they accepted and respected me for who I am and the words that I speak. My poetic words made them wonder. My unspoken thoughts made them understand. That it was not for me nor for them, it was for him that I do it. And as the last words flicked off my lips, they started to scream. And as I got up, I noticed that they were screaming for me. So when I awoke, that's just what I did. I made them listen. I showed them the reason I live. And I watched as the content of my words put expressions on their faces. And I watched as their ready eyes moved to the curving of my lips. And I noticed that at first, they fought my words, they called it whack. They booed my name, put it in a paper sack, lit fire to it, and threw it on my porch. But now that's either I hold the torch for my words so intellectually spoken. My scheme around my flow is not broken, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And it's only because of his grace that he gave that I am able to move from stage to stage. Only wish Pops lived to see this day. But then I remember Pops saying that the dream of mine was 1 in a million. But look at me now, Pops spreading my words in front of billions. Everyone, all of them calling my name. No care in the world how I do it the fame. But all of a sudden, that billion became 1. It was Pops. He told me to get up. Daylight shining through my window, I had died and went to heaven, it seemed. But then I realized it was just a dream.
Yeah! Okay, queen. Okay, queen.
I will not Photoshop the truth as a means to appease the uncomfortability of truth, truthfully speaking. I will not crop out what others prefer to go unsaid or resize truth for the purposes of fitting in your frame. I will not resize or rotate or flip it so that when you first hear it, it feels less offensive. I believe scars are lessons learned, so I won't even fix any blemishes. I won't adjust the contrast to make the message a little bit brighter. I won't add any special effects so the image looks more like me as opposed to Christ. I see beauty in what you may see as ugly, because Christ somehow saw beauty in me. So I'd much rather shop his photo than Photoshop the truth. But he touched me. Oh, he touched me. And oh, the joy that floods my soul. But then something happened and now I know he touched me. And then he touched me again. While he was supposed to be babysitting. Had never left Cali, but now wasn't even sure what state of mind I was in. What I did know was that I was about 8, going on 9, and I wasn't afforded the opportunity to decline what would be defined as my first sexual encounter. Physical pain was secondary in comparison to how much my mind hurt that I couldn't erase, that we were already at third base and I feared we would be forthcoming. I went from studying my 1, 2, 3s to three-way conversations with birds and bees. My thought process became a huge palette of complexities. Child life was no longer as easy as A, B, C. A, B, C. Always believed Christ. Didn't ever feel God had inadvertently just knowingly left me. Now, oppressing penetration, quickened rage, Satan thought ugly variations would execute youthful zeal. But I wanted to know why. I was looking and I was searching for a sign. I was searching for a sign. Why was this happening to me? Why was I being awakened out of my sleep to watch cartoons? I was a small child making requests for not because I liked it, but because it hurt less. And it sparked a strange curiosity. When a sex scene would pop on the TV screen, I would fake sick the next day to stay home to go back and watch what my mom didn't allow me to see. Every issue begins with a small seed. So be careful what you're planting in your spirit. Because even though most feel that watching them graphic videos are for your enjoyment alone, please take note, allow me to forewarn that 87% of child molesters admit to trying to imitate something they saw from watching porn. And of course, there's the infamous question, why didn't you tell? I wasn't sure if I was at fault or if I was going to hell. And then he touched me. And this time, it was my own father. Now sexually involved with the second man, what I didn't know was that I was 9 going on 10. I was about 9 going on 10. What would make someone want to touch one of their own begotten? I hyperextended my brain trying to make sense of his intentions. All the while teachers are saying she doesn't focus, she doesn't pay attention. I was going to every extent I knew. But still I was frightened, though could not be forgotten. I felt used and thrown away like paper cups and plastic utensils at 9 going on 10. He told me to drink this cough syrup. I tried to explain I wasn't sick, but he kept giving me cough syrup. A weak attempt to try to get me high after I said no to Jose Cuervo. And soon as my younger brother went to sleep, he told me to come sit on his lap, kept shifting me in very uncomfortable positions, which I thought I was somewhat familiar with because of the first encounter. My heart was beating out of my chest, and the tears began to roll down from my eyes. And that night I slept at the bottom of the stairs, went home the next day and smiled like nothing happened. I said I smiled like nothing happened. Why? Because Satan is a deceiver, one who gives a false impression, had me to believe that it had to be something I'd done, because why else would two grown men come after me? So I began to change the way I dressed, started to wear baggy clothes because I figured it would draw less attention. Every Sunday I went to church, hoping that someone would see in my eyes, but I didn't have the courage to verbalize, and oh, they saw all right. A women's meeting was held, and after service, I was brought to the front of the church as an example of what not to wear. I just wished for one moment, that someone looked past the fact that I was wearing pants and more towards the fact of why I was wearing a dress. I said I wish for one moment they would look past the fact that I was wearing pants and more towards the reason why I didn't want to wear a dress. I stood there quietly, but on the inside I was screaming, can anyone see that I'm hurting? Or shall we continue this debate on denominations and what the women are wearing to holy convocation? I said Satan is a deceiver, one who gives a false impression. I assumed numbness meant healing. I just had to be delivered, even though the sight of me I hated. Took no pride in how I looked, because I figured who wants somebody that's been molested? That's just nasty on top of complicated. So I took the pain, stored it in the back of my mind, and threw it in the safe and intentionally forgot the combination. Out of sight, out of mind. I mean, they prayed for me with blessed oil, so I had to be delivered right. Or at least I figured. But years later, it resurfaced, and I experienced a memory trigger. It became obvious that I could no longer put a Band-Aid on a wound that needed surgery. God had to be looking down like that's not why I allowed it or who I created her to be. I had made a habit of pretending like things never happened, thought I could concoct my own healing remedy, which included reading, praying, and fasting. But the wound was infected and started to spread to every area of my life. All because I didn't want to sign the consent form to go under God's knife. I didn't want the surgery. I didn't want to face reality. I didn't want to answer him. I wanted him to answer me. What kind of God would allow an innocent child to be molested? Will allow me to share with you one of the most beautifulest, ugliest revelations. The same God who sent his own son to die on a cross that most would be ungrateful for, and even more would take lightly, and even more crucify him again with our actions. And although he had no violence and no deceit was found in his mouth, it pleased the Lord to bruise him? That don't make no sense to us. But his ways are not our ways, and his thoughts are not our thoughts. The glory of Christ is the resurrection, but you can't just skip the cross. You can't skip the suffering of all the souls that he came for that were lost. You can't skip the suffering of all the souls that he came for that were lost. There is light at the end of this tunnel. We don't see the end, but he sees it clear. But some of us are just running haphazardly in the dark due to fear. God has amazing plans for us, but we got hang-ups. We hung up on trying to figure out why. Hung up on why us and why not some other child. Hung up on why we were the ones that had to deal with it, and hung up on why we're not able to forgive. But Christ is the ultimate hang-up. He was hung up for you. He was hung up for me. So enough with the hang-ups, because his hang-up reigns supreme. So, to every little girl and every little boy who felt defenseless, for every man and every woman who feels like the enemy has beaten them senseless, for every single swallowed cry in the middle of the night so that no one would hear, for every face buried in pillows to hide the tears, for every voice that wants to speak out and really tries but gets a knot in their throat every single time, for every throat that the enemy tries to choke with asthmatic breaths of air. Christ is the breath of life. Let him be your inhaler. Some of us won't hear it unless it's from somebody who went through. And in that case, he allowed me to come before you and stand as a testimony for you, and it was worth it. It was worth every single ounce of physical, mental, and spiritual pain that I go through it again if he would allow me to stand before you again and encourage you to allow him to get glory. Because, like Paul, I reckon that the present sufferings at this current time are just not worthy to be compared with the glory that shall be revealed in us.
Wait, can we have DJ names?
Yeah. That would be a great idea. No, I want to sit in that chair.
Wait, y'all, how long is this promo?
Wait,
Doesn't matter.
you already know what the deal is.
I got dibs on that.
I think it already started.
Yo, this is DJ Q Squared coming to you live. This is the Writeous Hour.
Featuring Jim.
And Bingo Wave.
Your boy Young CEO.
Y'all know EMJ on the track.
Join the Writeous Hour, poetry and fun. Saturdays, 9 to 10 a.m. on 98.9 LPFM.
Wait. What? Y'all hear that? Is that sirens out here? Police sirens.
I think it's
Time
time.
to investigate the
crime
crime scene.
Oh!
All right. Okay.
We get it.
Now, our topic today is how social media affects our generation. And so, let's get into that. So, the way I see it is social media affects our generation sometimes. I mean, there are good ways because, like, we get a chance to, kind of express ourselves and let other people see it. But also, I feel like sometimes social media is, like, really negative. And it doesn't encourage people of our age to, like, kind of be themselves. And it's always, like, guys got to be super hyper masculine and, like, girls got to not do certain stuff. And so, how y'all feel about that?
I agree with that, but to an extent. But I feel like social media is what we put out there.
Yeah.
And it's all us. Like the older people, the adults, they not really on social media like we are. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like we the ones that's making us have to, like, every time we get on there, we have to see everybody else look all nice and stuff like that, and it's us who making it like that, not
Right.
them.
And also, like, it's just I feel like what's on there is the best version of things, and people look up to that. And, like, when they see relationship goals and stuff, they see stuff that looks real, but they don't see the stuff that they talk about, behind the scenes, behind closed doors. So I think, like, when it says relationship goals or friendship goals or eyebrow goals or something, like, I think it can be fake stuff. But because it's social media, people are like, oh, that's what I want to be. And I think it kind of lowers, it's hyped up, it lowers self-esteem, and it makes you want to be that false thing that you see.
True, I understand that. And one thing that I hate is that, when people are trying to, send negative comments and give negative feedback to people, they think, they feel like they just can say whatever they want because they're hiding behind a screen and, like, they can't face the consequences of their actions.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I hate, that social media can be used as a means of bullying and inflicting pain on other people.
Yeah, I agree. Social media is a great tool if used correctly.
Yes.
You can reach a lot of people, and you reach a lot of people. Like, if you gain a following base, then you can gain multiple.
You can gain multiple.
That's what I was going.
You gotta follow.
Because, like, it's great for, like, small businesses, and then
help him out to struggle.
Right, it's helping me to see.
He's not
That's
the
what
best
I
vocalizing his thoughts.
See, this is why social media is so pivotal in the youth.
Yeah, okay.
That was a big word for me.
Snap it up.
It is.
Hey,
So
big words, that's my thing.
right. So when you use social media, you need it for people like me. You need it to educate. You need to use social media to educate your peers and fellow students, as we all are students.
See, I was gonna say some about that. Like, social media is a great way to, like, connect with people.
Yeah, meet new people.
Like you,
Yeah.
like, and then it's a great like newscasts. They social media helps them out because soon as something happens, it's on social media before you hear it on
before
anything
you
else,
hear it on the news,
or on
everything.
television or anything. So
You can always use to promote yourself. Just like you should go follow our page on Instagram.
Yeah.
CEO No Real.
No,
Oh.
sir. No, sir.
Oh.
At Writeous Radio. You should go follow our page. on Instagram.
WRITEOUS Radio.
You should
And
definitely
then
go
and
follow
then
that.
after you do that, you gotta go follow CEO NOREL _ on Instagram, and you'll be amazed at what you see.
Every time I
And
type
you
no
have
real,
a link.
autocorrect make
You
it
got-
hotel.
You got.
Me too.
I never typed no real.
Yeah, that was funny.
I never typed no real.
Oh man.
Oh.
Funny. That's funny.
If y'all can see his face right now.
Yeah, but yeah. So you follow CEO Narelle, then you got the link to my music, and then you can go listen to my music. CEO Narelle, I'm a rapper, you know, and then check me out. You already know what it is, Young CEO.
All right
Oh,
now, young
okay.
CEO. Yeah, that was all.
All right,
Those
well,
all fine dandy.
social media and fights, like that's all you see. Like if you look up the right page, that was
It's fight
Is
page.
that
like
illegal?
fight
Yeah, it's-
pages. I don't think it's.
I know you
World
can get
Star.
suspended for like
You can get
posting
suspended
videos.
for your.
Yeah,
that's a
but
good question.
if it's random people that don't nobody know about, then now you gonna get suspended. Yeah,
But
But-
I don't think fights. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say fights on social media. I don't think it's a bad thing.
me
And
neither.
I say that
No.
because one, okay, it's safer for viewers to
To
watch a
watch-
fight
Yeah.
On
well
social
on
media.
social media than to be
Yeah.
there. And secondly, it can help see like if you're trying to see who was in the fight to like if principals, it can help people in high authority like say, oh, I'm trying to see who started it. If you got that on video, you can see who threw the first punch. So I don't.
I don't think
live.
school should be any type of in social media at all. Like you're a school, why?
But
like,
that's what I'm saying. Our generation is so driven by social media, like especially
Yeah.
like the kids that are younger than us. Like they're gonna grow up with this. Like they gonna grow up on Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat.
It is
all
so
that
funny
stuff.
when you see like 10-year-olds.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, it was so
Instagram.
funny.
young kids. I'm like, why do you have an Instagram?
It was
page?
so funny because, like, wait, first of all, we stayed on, like, when we was younger, we was on social media. But anyways, well, we tried to be on social media. But
tried to.
but that's when it started. But I seen a fight. It was a bunch of little kids fighting. They was fighting like teenage girls, and it was so funny. Like I almost cried, and it was just so funny.
But
Social
that
media,
also is kind of bad for
It's
younger
bad
because
for
it takes
younger
away their
kids.
childhood. They should be outside or
Playing.
watching SpongeBob.
Yeah,
And
but
then-
see, that's the thing about social media being able to let you connect. Because sometimes you can share a good message, and sometimes you can share a bad.
Because I know our group message be lit, don't it,
Yeah.
child?
What about old people on Facebook?
no.
What is Facebook?
No.
What even is
They
it?
are so
They can have
funny.
it. See, the thing is, like, okay, I was talking to my mama one time, and she was like, yeah, y'all, no, wait, she said something. She was like, yeah, we kicked y'all off of Facebook. My brother was like, no, we left because y'all got on there. That's
Yeah.
how we feel.
Yeah.
But
I
if
feel
it's a whole bunch of older people
Have you ever
on
gone on your
Instagram,
parents' Facebook page and saw a bunch of old pictures of you that was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like so ugly?
Yes.
And then-
Like, why do you do
But,
that?
but then again, I don't have a Facebook, and don't nobody else follow my mama,
Right.
so I'm not tripping right now.
I think a lot of things start, like trending things, I think a lot start from Facebook, though, and then it reaches other outlets. Because,
Yeah.
like, memes and stuff. But
Yeah, start on Facebook and move up. Like,
What about MySpace?
What is that?
What?
What about Black Planet?
Now, what is that?
I really like. That's what I really don't know what that is.
Really?
Is that like Animal?
That's before computers. That ain't-
Yeah.
He's playing you. That,
But
ain't
that was
exist.
for
That's
cell
when they
phones.
had to do it on dial-up.
Was that what?
I don't even know what dial-up is.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I think social media has its pros and it has its cons. But I mean, it is what it is. That's what our generation is. You
Does
know.
anybody get on Twitter before,
I do.
other than Jam? Because I know we be on there
Jam.
together. Jam.
All right, well, that was a good talk, you guys. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that. You are listening to The Writeous Hour.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Japanese culture, reaching 88 years of age is a lifetime accomplishment. The character for the number 8 means open. Upon turning 88, one will open up their lives and embark on a new journey. According to my grandma, she's been 88 for the past 3 years. But now, we all know she's finally got 1 month left until her birthday. And I just want to finish this for her while she's young. Oba-chan e, kokoro kara. Dear Grandma, from my heart. You were at the hospital when I was born. There must have been something about 3 generations being in one room that made history seem tangible. So easy to touch, so easy to hold. There had to have been something about my baby cries that murmured the future, because every time I talk to you now, there's something about your whisper that just screams my ancestry, you see. My grandmother's frail fingers casually carried 87 years of her life, and her arthritis tells stories. Her index finger, crooked and gracefully, points me down memory lane to a time when I first saw her dance, first saw her hands painless, holding a traditional Japanese fan, moving crowds like wind, a 5-foot tsunami dressed in a kimono, face paint and culture. How beautiful to be able to tell stories with no microphone, no literary devices, just a choreographed version for a love for this stage and a connection to the people. It is a love that runs through my blood, free as 1,000 paper cranes, free as a cherry blossom in the spring, free as her ring finger without those rings. I've come to believe that a wrinkle is worth more than a diamond could ever be, because her 3 marriages have died, but her pride still grows in her follicles. That's why her hair waves like a Japanese flag on the side of a kamikaze jet, knowing her life will crash on American soil. The other night, she held me tight, cried and said she was ready to die, but something inside told me she's not quite ready yet. But what do I say? What can one possibly say about life to a person who has seen the smirk on death's face? Her arthritis comes from his firm handshake. Her knuckles are too weak to open a jar, but still strong enough to carry her sanity in her palms. For the last 8 years I've lived with her. I woke up to her prayers and fell asleep to her cooking. She would mend a rice ball like a broken heart and feed it to me in case I ever needed another one in my chest. I recently noticed her feet are deformed from dancing on top of decades. I used to think we took our shoes off to help keep the house clean, but it's really to respect the land she walks on and remind myself this is not a nursing home. My daily dialogue is her assisted living now. I know why she always wants to make me food, because watching me grow helps her feel more alive. You were at the hospital when I was born, so count on me to be there for you when you die, Oba-chan. You have choreographed my respect for elders, and as long as I'm breathing, I will be dancing behind your face paint. When you're gone, I want to remember you now. I want to walk through your wrinkles, get drunk off the wine you sip out of hourglasses every night, and bend my future arthritically but beautifully so that my life will remind others of your ring finger. I asked my mother, what's the one thing she would say about hers? She said, she has experienced war. She has experienced lots and lots of struggles, you know, but she never be defeated.
Coaches spoke of Steven like legend. They said he dribbled the ball from class to class in perfect harmony with his heartbeat. Me? I read gaming manuals during free time. It was the 5th grade, I had 7 crushes, and I was gonna marry all of them. Come 3 o'clock, we'd forget about girls. Forget about how we got kicked out of science class for seeing how many times we could say forget about arm wrestling in the library. Forget about trying to watch porn in the computer lab. Because when the bell rang, it was basketball practice. We'd run line touches like machines. When Steven shot the ball, he never missed. When he blocked you, you saw he had hair under both pits. He was a man to us. We lost, he never broke stride. He'd laugh, tell us all we were golden. We'd get him next time. We'd practice harder, run faster. I'll never forget his smile, because I never saw him frown. We were golden. In the 7th grade, Steven told us his mother was getting on edge. The laughter that once rung off the walls in their home had turned to silence. The fireplace still burned, but never kept the house warm. His mother began to think her phone was tapped, became afraid to leave the house, afraid of her doctors. The voices had become more real than her own. She swore they were in danger, swore Al-Qaeda was after them, felt anchors drop in her belly. Fire and water danced in her gut like Armageddon. I used to come into school every day, welcomed by a smile and a song. I walked into homeroom. 27 seventh graders crying in a circle. She took a kitchen knife to his chest, said it was because she loved him, said she was trying to save him, screaming through the nothing of her mouth, the schizophrenia tearing out her brain. My 12-year-old heart and hands broke, my diaphragm drowning in space, misfiring neurons. Some said fight, some said flee, a few said but none said breathe. Stephen, for 8 years, I've wrapped you up inside of me like a fist. Ribs, knuckle white and closed. I've held you like broken heirlooms, wind chimes of hand grenades and dust. I want to dig you out like shrapnel, remove you like history, wash away your mother's mugshot like war paint, bleach away your 15 knife wounds that have burned into me like stigmata, tear out the screams that kept me awake, made me crazy, made me sick like your mother. I want to rip you out like sutures, let these invisible wounds close. But I will keep your smile. I'll wear that like a medal, like your jersey number on my sleeve. I'll remember everything you said to me. This is how you tie a tie, Michael. This is how you shoot a jump shot, Michael. This is how you change lives, Michael. It's been 8 years, and some nights I'm still crying. But Stephen, we're golden.
You can be a black child. Do you know where you're going? Where you're really going? Do you know you can learn what you want to learn? If you try to learn what you can learn. Hey, black child, do you know you are strong? I mean really strong. Do you know you can do what you want to do if you try to do what you can do? Hey, black child, be what you can be. Learn what you must learn. Do what you can do. And tomorrow, your nation will be what you want it to be.
Hey, man, you already know what it is. Now here on the Righteous Hour, it's time for a little game we like to play, wordplay.
Yeah.
And I am Norel, and I'm CEO Norel, and I'm gonna start us off. Here we go. Okay.
The game.
Somebody start like
explain the game for the day.
Oh, you want me to explain it? I guess that would help our listeners. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little freestyle here.
Okay.
And it's a rap freestyle, and then I'm gonna start us off. I'm gonna do a couple lines, pass it to my boy DJ Q Squared. Then he gonna pass it to Jim, and then we're just gonna keep going like that. We're gonna keep it going. You already know. All right, here we go.
You already know what it is.
You already know. Somebody start
Oh,
snapping.
Y'all
yeah.
snapping your card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, here we go. Young CEO. I'm on the radio. I'm going crazy, yo. Ooh, then I pass it to my boy. He gon' play with it, but not any toys.
Ain't got no toys. They used to call me Dub. Switched it up, now they call me Q. Looking at the view, you know what I do. I'm not much of a rapper, but anybody can do it. Jim can do it too.
Hey, yeah, my name is Jim. Hey, I don't go work out at no gym. Hey, but you know I'm still slim. Hey, and I look like a Jim because my name is Jim, and I am like a jewel. And you know what? I'm cool, and I go to school, and I'm really, really smart. I'm smarter than the rest, and I'm really, really smart. I be passing on my tests. Okay. And now I'm gonna pass it to a finger wave. And y'all already know y'all can catch the wave.
Okay, well, my name is Paige.
Okay.
Some people call me Finger Wave.
Yeah.
Because my hair is short, because I don't got none.
Nope.
I ain't got no edges, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep rapping. Ooh, don't forget that I'm too cool for school.
Okay.
I can't keep rhyming for this. I'm going to pass it to Queen. Go get it.
Alright, well, Queen on the beat, better show y'all how to do this. Y'all really already know it's really nothing to it.
Hey. Hey.
Tamaya still going.
Hey.
I thought I left, but I'm really still flowing.
Yeah.
Really on the beat, where the beat go. Now I gotta pat my feet.
Coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Alright, now I'm about to wreck this.
Wreck it.
Hard.
Hard. Go.
Okay, freestyle ain't for me. I have to have it written. Okay.
No. Just pass the mic. Pass the mic.
It's the righteous hour. This is the righteous
hour.
Okay.
Okay.
The righteous hour.
Bring it back up.
The righteous hour. This is the righteous hour.
Bring it back down. Bring it back down.
The righteous hour.
We're gonna go up 3, 2, 1.
The righteous hour.
Yeah. You already know.
This is the righteous hour. Don't you know the Mac man? Man, he got the power.
Hey.
All we gotta do it anytime that we start. I'm a teacher in the school when you know I'm teaching art. Oh, I keep it hard and you know I keep it right. You be like, oh no, Mr. Mac is super tight. Yeah, I am. You know what it is. I'm the one in the middle and I'm teaching people kids. Oh!
Snap it. He is such a show off.
Our special guest, Ron Mac, the HipHoptimist. How'd you get in here? I thought the door was locked.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I got an extra skeleton key in my left toe.
Let me hold it. let me hold
Let's
it.
get him a script.
We're gonna have security confiscate that key.
All right, well, you already know that has been wordplay for today. And now you are listening to the Righteous Hour.
Yeah.
Righteous Hour.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Zevi Instrumentals.
Juice. Yeah. I dove into the game, now I'm splashing around this juice. Ooh. Yeah. This young CEO and I'm cashing out with this juice. CEO. I'm at the top of the world, I'm not passing out. I'm at the top of the world while I pass now.
Why?
I mean, come on now. Look at all of this juice. Juice. Yeah. Juice. Yeah. Juice. Yeah. Juice. Young CEO. Juice. Juice, yeah. Juice, 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 juice. Pour you a cup, juice. Pour you a cup. Juice, yeah. Juice, yeah. Juice, juice. Young CEO, juice. Simon. Juice. Juice coming in by the gallons. Yeah. So much juice can't count it. Okay. Juice like this takes talent. Ooh. I never miss, I'm Allen. Yeah. Splash on your girl like a fountain. Say juice, 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 juice. Then I snow all on her mountain. Juice. So much juice, I know what to do. Yeah. Messed around, got my phone wet and my tablet too. Remain the same, I never lose my cool. These old kids love to act new. Yeah. This ain't nothing new, man. It's young CEO. Been doing this since 99. Keep it 5 more than 95. Taste the juice, man. The water's fine. Young CEO, I ain't hard to find. Young CEO, I'm a gold mine. Found this gold and it's all mine. Selfish with the clock, man. It's my time. I need dead presidents to feel alive. Said this since day one. Said this since day 2. Young CEO, I'm the best there is. Probably cause I got this juice. Yeah. I dove into the game, now I'm splashing around this juice. Ooh, yeah. This young CEO and I'm cashing out with this juice. CEO, I'm at the top of the world, I'm not passing out. I'm at the top of the world while I pass now. Why? I mean, come on now, look at all of this juice. My middle name is Apple. Juice. I'm getting fancy with it. How you like my razzle dazzle? I snap and pop, but I never crackle. Yeah. Bury rappers like a time capsule. If they didn't say they was ready when they really wasn't ready, we could spare the battle. Hold down the fort, I'm the king of the castle. Yeah. People in my way, they ain't even worth the hassle. One trick ponies and some old shows, I just chase the channel. Juice send me in, it's overflowing. Yeah. I'm coming fast, ain't no signs of slowing. No. Striking pig heads like I'm bowling. All this working is really showing. CEO, man, I'm really rolling. Yeah, all this juice ain't done loading. Bass in the love my fans showing. You shooting air balls, I'm shooting pure money. Look at how it's floating. You can't beat me, other sides never get chosen. Cause young CEO, I am the chosen one. I already won. I just collect the W. You couldn't even beat me if it was W. You're number 2 and I'm number 1. Yeah, young CEO, I'm number 1. And I said this since day 1. Said again on day 2. Young CEO, the best there is cause of juice. Yeah. I dove into the game, now I'm splashing around this juice. Ooh, yeah. This young CEO and I'm cashing out with this juice. CEO, I'm at the top of the world, I'm not passing out. I'm at the top of the world while I pass now. Why? I mean, come on now, look at all of this juice. Juice, yeah. Juice, yeah. Juice, yeah. Juice, young CEO. Juice, juice, yeah. Juice. Pour you a cup, pour you a cup. Juice, yeah. Juice, yeah. Juice, juice. Young CEO, juice, juice, yeah. I dove into the game, now I'm splashing around this juice. Ooh, yeah. This young CEO and I'm cashing out with this juice. CEO, I'm at the top of the world, I'm not passing out. I'm at the top of the world while I pass now. Why? I mean, come on now, look at all of this juice.
Incoming call, CEO.
Juice.
All right, we finna close it up.
Yeah, that was such a good show, guys.
Who's not that?
Y'all, what if that?
Oh my God!
I'm back, y'all. Wait. What's going on?
The show over.
The show is over. I had to go use the bathroom for 1 second.
Now I know girls take a long time in the bathroom, but you were in there for an hour.
Not an hour.
Y'all, that was a long time.
No. Anyways, y'all. Until next time. Thanks again, and this has been our first show, and I am EMJ,
Queen,
Fingerway,
it's Jim,
Q Square.
It's your boy CEO Narelle, and you are listening to The Writeous Hour.
Okay, anyways, I hope y'all heard what he said, because I ain't hear none of it. But follow us on Instagram at Writeous Radio, WRITEOUSRADIO. Yeah. Stay tuned.
2, 3.
Until next time.
right.
Thanks for listening. This show was produced by the Backyard Broadcasting Network.